So the aim of the project is to integrate the available knowledge that we have with regards to the nutrient utilization within the pork ecosystem. So that is a big word, no? When you say pork ecosystem, because that's not only limited to the pork or the production of pork, but also we are wanting to understand how nutrients are cycled in terms of the waste management. In addition to that, how these nutrients are delivered to the animal.
Welcome to the Swine Nutrition Black Belt Podcast, the latest swine nutrition research digested for you. I'm your host, Clayton Chastain, and today we have with us Ron Navales, a PhD student at Kansas State University. So Ron, before we begin, would you mind giving the audience a short introduction about yourself?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Clayton. I'm Ron Navales. I'm originally from the Philippines. Currently doing my PhD at Kansas State University. And prior to this, I worked for PIC Philippines as nutrition specialist.
Gotcha. So I see here at Kansas State, as well as some other places, you've been doing some work on a literature review and kind of talking about the nutrient cycle within the pork ecosystem, how they manage their nutrients. So could you give us a brief overview of what all you've been researching there?
Yeah, sure. So actually, that is a project of the National Pork Board. So the aim of the project is to integrate the available knowledge that we have with regards to the nutrient utilization within the pork ecosystem. So that is a big word, no? When you say pork ecosystem, because that's not only limited to the pork or the production of pork, but also we are wanting to understand how nutrients are cycled in terms of the waste management. In addition to that, how these nutrients are delivered to the animal. So having said that, we are also looking at the feed manufacturing and even the production of the ingredients. For example, corn, soybean meal that are used in the feed manufacturing.
A leader in swine nutrition solutions driven by science. Novus's products and services look at the whole animal, focusing on productivity and well-being, in order to feed the world affordable and wholesome food. For more information, visit Novus's website at www.novusint.com.
Gotcha. So within your literature review, then, what areas did you kind of focus on when it came to improving nutrient utilization or feed efficiency?
Yeah, so for this literature review, I would say that we focus on the feed efficiency and the nutrient digestibility. And the different sections that we look into is number one, we look at the opportunity of looking at the level of nutrients in the diet. So one good example is the level of protein in the diet. So we know that we want to formulate for amino acid level in the diet, and there is an opportunity of lowering the level of protein, of the crude protein, thereby reducing the nitrogen excretion. So there are earlier studies showing that for every 1% reduction in crude protein, the nitrogen excretion can be reduced by 8%. However, we have to be cautious on that because animals would also have requirement for, or the pigs would have requirement for nitrogen for the de novo synthesis of other non-essential amino acids. And then the others along those lines, besides the nutrient levels, we also look at the feeding strategies. So we are comparing, for example, the phase feeding and the diet blending. So again, this is a literature review. So literature review are showing that with the diet blending, it offers opportunity of improving the feed efficiency of growing finishing pigs by 1 to 2%. There's another study conducted on the precision feeding for the lactating sows that has been conducted here at K-State, showing that it can potentially reduce the nitrogen excretion by around 50%. The other area that we look into are the use of feed additives. So including here are the different enzymes. So we know that these enzymes, the carbohydrases, the proteases, and the phytase can reduce the excretion of nitrogen or phosphorus in the diet. Then we also look at the processing, how, for example, grinding can improve the feed efficiency. So one good example is that there are earlier studies showing that for every 100 micron reduction in the particle size of grain, that can improve the feed efficiency by 1 to 1.2%. And apart from feed processing, we have the different feeding management. So, for example, in sows, one opportunity is the no bump feeding concept. So, of course, with no bump feeding concept, overall, if we look at the sow usage, the sow feed usage per year, that will reduce the volume of feed required. And others would be non-nutritional, such as genetics, improvement in the environment, and the mortality in the herd.
Gotcha. So it looks like you kind of cover a ton of different topics. That's obviously very hard to talk about or cover all of them within a 10-minute podcast.
Yeah, I think that is the ultimate goal. As you've said, we have a lot of information that is available in the literature. A lot of different studies conducted by universities or private organizations, and that is the main goal of this project of the National Pork Board, to integrate this information and come up with the LCA value for the feed. So in the end, the output is that I have this feed, given this LCA value, is it sustainable? So how is it different from a feed that is manufactured, for example, that is not pelleted, that is using this different feeding strategy? So something like that.
Gotcha. And then so with all these different areas, is there like one or two that you think have the biggest opportunity for improvement within the industry, or do they all just kind of need a little bit here and there to kind of optimize them?
Yeah, I think the biggest challenge is actually integrating them, because these studies are conducted, for example, looking at the particle size, looking at the pelleting, looking at the different feeding strategy. I think the biggest challenge is, integrating. Are the effect of one strategy additive? Are they synergistic? So how the values will look like, or how the effect on feed efficiency and nutrient utilization will really look like.
Gotcha. So what studies then do you have ongoing or plan to do in the future in order to kind of add to your database here, improving nutrient utilization?
Yep. So one thing that we are looking into now, and this is an upcoming trial, is we are evaluating the lysine to crude protein ratio requirement of the growing finishing pigs. So the idea of this trial is to understand what would be the minimum CP or crude protein that we can use in the diet without sacrificing the performance of the animal.
Gotcha. And when is that planning to wrap up? Or are you looking at like specifically on the wean to finish period, or more on like the grower period, or what part of the stage of production are you looking at there for that trial?
So for this one, we will be looking at the growing finishing pigs. So although my colleague here at K-State already conducted a trial for the late nursery, so mine would be for the late finishing. And that late finishing period, I think it's very critical, because that is the period wherein if you do the diet optimization, the level of crude protein will be really low in the late finishing diet. So we need to analyze, we need to determine how low we can get.
Gotcha. So final question for you. So with this literature review, is this something you guys have already published, or is it going to be published here shortly, or when can we kind of expect to see all this be out and available to the public?
Yeah, so we have drafted the literature review, and we're going to submit it and hear the comments from the other players of the industry. So shortly we should have this literature available.
Good luck with finishing all that up, but I appreciate you coming on the show, Ron. It's been a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
Yep, and everyone else, thank you for listening to the Swine Nutrition Black Belt podcast. Please visit us at swinenutritionblackbelt.com, and don't forget to subscribe to our podcast channel so you won't miss out on the next episode. See you next week.